Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this YEZRO aluminum laptop stand. It's the Model T1 stand, and this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful, I'll put a link in the description to this on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So I have an Allen key, and here's the stand. And it has a warranty plan. You need to register to get the warranty. So this stand holds up to 44 pounds. It has two pivots on it. It has this one in the back and this one in the front. So you can use the included Allen key to open this up. There we go. So we can do it like that. It also has this little arm that comes out, which can fit into a notch there, like so. And that gives you a little more support. So depending on your application, you may need to use that. So I'll tighten this up. Like so. And now I'll put my laptop on it. I'll probably need to adjust it here. Actually, before I put my laptop on, we'll look at the construction a little bit more. So this is aluminum construction here, and it has rubber pads. Looks like it has 4 down here, 2 up here, and 1 in the middle. And this is the Allen key on the pivots. And it has some screws here and here, connecting that together. It's an aluminum plate on the bottom. And that also has 4 of these feet. Let's see if I can get a good look at these feet. I don't know if that's showing up on camera very well. You can see they're, I don't know, maybe a 0.5 millimeter or a millimeter thick, these rubber feet. I'll see how that grips the table. Grips nicely. You can slide it around a little bit, but it does grip. So if you do want to tilt it, you're able to do that. Unless you had a lot of weight on here. Yeah, it's probably hard to do if you had a lot of weight on here, but most people won't have that much weight. And then this arm in the middle fits in this slot. So the laptop I have is a 2015 MacBook Pro, and this is very similar form factor to the modern ones. So that'll fit on there. So I'm going to get a different angle here. It's kind of hard getting the whole thing on the video here. So this is up way too high, obviously. So this is as far open as I can get the screen right now, and it's pointing down. So that's not typically how you would want it. So I'll take this off. I'll use the Allen key, and I'll probably make this just a little bit elevated from horizontal. Actually, there's a little bit of friction there. It will push down if I push on it, but I'll put the laptop on it and I'll support it and get it to the angle I want it at. Now I'll tighten the pivots down. There we go. So there the laptop is sideways. So here's a profile view of this. So we can still tilt the screen in a little bit to adjust our screen. It'll go back a little bit more. So this is an example of how you might orient this if you have a sitting desk and you want to raise your laptop up so your screen is more eye height. So it'd be on your desk like so. Then you have room under here where you could set your keyboard. As if it's on a desk, you would probably have a separate keyboard and mouse. So you could slide your keyboard up in there when you're not using it, and you could use it like that. So I actually want to use this on what is essentially a standing desk. So let's see if I can get this on video. So I'm 6 foot. My bench top is at about 3 foot. So if I'm standing, this is how I'm typing. So I think that's pretty comfortable. What I'll likely do is try it, and then I'll just tweak it a little bit. I may raise it up a little bit, I may lower it just a little bit, but this is about comfortable for me. I may want to tilt it down for standing mode. So I'll do this. So I'll probably want this closer to parallel. like so. I may tilt that up a little bit, we'll see. Okay, so I like that there. So this is a pretty comfortable height for typing. So I'll check the stability of it here. It doesn't tip forward very easy. It could tilt backwards a little bit if I push on it. So it's not weighted where it wants to fall backwards. And probably sideways is in between the two. So it's pretty difficult to tip forward. So depending on how you have this oriented, it's going to change the center of balance here. So if the laptop is tilted up more like I was showing earlier, then the center of balance will be more towards the center. And if you have a longer laptop than this is a 13-inch MacBook Pro, then it would put more weight towards the back and it would potentially be a little more tippy back there. So this hangs over the edge just a little bit. So the front edge of this, how I have it configured, is at about 6 inches. The back of the laptop is at about 7 3/4 inches. So I think this is going to be a good addition to my bench, which is similar to like a standing desk, because I currently have my laptop on the bench surface itself, and I have to lean over or hunch down to type on it, and that's very difficult to do. Having it up on a stand like this will make it much more accessible. Another thing that's nice is that I can store things under it. So I have all sorts of tools or whatever, you know, a phone, tablet, I can set down there, like so. So this can also be used as a tablet stand. So I'll take the laptop off of here. And here I have an iPad Pro. This is the 1st gen model. So I'll tilt that up at a pretty good angle like that. And I can set the iPad on there. You could put one of the larger iPads on here also. So this is an example of what you probably would not want to do. In this orientation, it can tip backwards pretty easily. Although this base is kind of weighted down a little bit, you could put a weight on here to make it a little more stable. And also, like if you put a tablet on here, there's a potential it could fall forward. So when you set this up, you want to have it somewhat of a Z shape as opposed to this kind of L shape. Okay, so now you see we have more of a kind of a Z shape. It's just a subtle bend we put in here, but it moves the center of balance towards the center of the stand. You can see this almost lines up with the center here, the bottom, although it kind of hangs off to this side. But this will make it a lot more stable here. So now it takes more to push it. Now you don't need much force to, push it at the top because you have leverage. It's more stable when you come down here. And then it has this little arm here. If you have something heavy, like a heavy laptop, it says 44 pounds. I don't know of any laptops that are that heavy. You could probably use this for other things besides laptops too. So if this goes in that little notch, you would set it in there and then tighten this top one. Like so. And that'll make it really solid. Like that. And then of course you could put a ton of weight on that and it would not go down. Like so. So this is what it looks like underneath the computer. You can see on the MacBook has vents here and here, and this doesn't block the vents, but it does have a large opening in the middle. So as the computer gets hot, the heat can dissipate from there. And where it is touching the stand itself, it's aluminum, so it will draw the heat away and help cool the laptop. So I like that feature of it. Here's a Lenovo laptop here. This is slightly smaller form factor. We'll open that up there. Let's see. That fits on there nicely. Now this is a 2-in-1 tablet. So you could do something like that too. So you could have it like that. There's a lot of glare on there from my light. And there we have it in kind of a standing desk mode. So that's the YEZRO T1 aluminum laptop stand. I'm excited to add this to my tech bench because it will elevate the computer to give me more access, it'll keep it cool, and it'll also free up a little bit more space on my table. So I think this is a good option for anyone looking for a simple but very sturdy laptop stand. I love the construction of this. It's very industrial looking and it's just heavy duty. too. So I really like that about it. So if you have any questions about this, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.